Mic check, mic check. Morning Masters Podcast, your host, man, of course. Back with another Thinking Out Loud, man. First and foremost, as always, I want to thank all the listeners, the audience, man. Without y'all, it wouldn't give me the motivation to keep going, keep putting out content. The dope things, the critiquing things, pointing out things that I didn't know I even did or said, or how I made you feel. All that stuff is very, very gratifying, very rewarding. And like I always start these Thinking Out Louds, these came really due in part to audience. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dorian Harris. I said this how it was birthed. Shout out to you for having a dope event also during the Juneteenth string of events. But it was birthed kind of due Dorian Harris telling me something on social media one day, and I said, I'm gonna do Thinking Out Louds for the artists. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell how I feel, and hopefully they take it the right way rather than doing it another way. Making jokes on social media, joking on artists or joking on art. So shout out to him. Like I said, audience started this Thinking Out Loud, right? At least this structure. But it's always been in me, which we're gonna get into in a little while. It's always been in me. So yeah, shout out to the listeners, man. I wouldn't be nowhere without y'all, man. So shout out to y'all. Don't mind looking this way. I'm looking at the laptop, making sure the sound is right. Okay. Second off, I want to say, man, shout out to all of the Juneteenth events that happened in Augusta, Georgia this weekend. They happened all across the world, but in Augusta, Georgia this weekend, all were successful. All was in very close. It's a word I want to use when I said that. I can't think what it was, but in very close proximity within each other, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to use bigger words now, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get, get a little smart, do my thing. But all was in a very close proximity of each other, and all had dope and successful events. No violence, nothing happened, just good times, people enjoying and celebrating us, and the creating of awareness of what Juneteenth means. So shout out to Augusta, Georgia for that. Shout out to all the businesses that were part of that. Band of Brothers, of course, Reggie Middleton with Came From Nothing, which I've worn on the show. I got a Came From Nothing jacket I had on this show. I wore it probably like 10 times. So shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's involved. If I forgot your name, let me know, hit me up, and I definitely shout you out, man. Also, before we get into anything, I gotta shout out my gear, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man JG. I wanted to read this card. I had this gift about almost a couple weeks now, but Just Greatness Attire. It's my guy Virgil Austin. He's the owner. No matter what they said yesterday, be great today. You can hit him up at 706-373-5727 or verge76 at iCloud.com. That's VERG76 at iCloud.com. His Instagram is Just Greatness LLC. Dope individual, man. Dope person. Funny guy. I promise you. Verge, I'm telling you, you funny without trying to be funny, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Sometimes I send you a post to people because it's funny to me. Like you got a funny demeanor about yourself. He been on a podcast before. He's on Main and Slim. He been on More Than the Masters. Very, very, very hustler, if, to say the least. You got people that design, that just make clothes, that just sell clothes, that just do this, that do that. Like they wear like one hat very strong. If I had to pick a strong hat, it's hustling. Even this outfit right here, which is shorts too. Let me say that real quick. I ain't trying to model, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be my modeling thing. I'm just showing y'all the set for Verge, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? Nice little set, you know what I'm saying? Got the little beer on the bottom. I'm not sure if I can see that or not. I might be able to zoom in, I don't know. I look bright, but it's all good. Got the shoes, you know what I'm saying? You know me, not major, you know what I'm saying? Just a little something. But yeah, dope set, man. It looks amazing. I like yellow. I'm not gonna lie, I look good in yellow. I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I like the highlight color sometimes, man. I'm a highlight type dude, I think, so it is what it is. Shout out to Verge, man. I'm gonna try to send you this clip. I know you're gonna ask for it, so I'm trying to send you this clip. I'm trying to be ready by the time I put it out. Send you the clip to your phone number. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Shout out to Verge, man. His stuff come with a card. It's always put together well. A nice little bag, folded up nice and neat. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a hustler, to say the least. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you and tell him that. Like he's a hustler. Like a lot of people feel like, I want to sell clothes, but I'm not doing that. Not Verge. Like ain't nothing he ain't doing. He gonna inbox you like, yo, what's up, man? I see you dress nice. You know what I'm saying? You want to cop one of these? You gotta respect that, bro. Like I would support him off the hustle alone. And I hope he never lose that. Like I don't care how annoying he feel like he might get or people feel like he is, because you got people at hustle and they're annoying. They're gonna stop you. Them people in the mall cleaning your shoes, all that stuff. It's annoying, right? But it take a certain type of courage, certain type of strength, a certain type of mentality to keep on hustling like all day, every day. So you got to give Verge, you got to give him his you got to give him his flowers, man. Like if it was the Hustler of the Year award, I definitely would give that to him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Verge, man. So this is my attire come from. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Verge. But without further ado, I want to get into what I want to do my thing out loud for. First of all, I want to apologize for my last thing out loud. Not that it was bad, not that I feel like, but I do feel like I could have gave y'all better. And I know what I'm going through, what I'm under, so I probably shouldn't have even did one. Even though I feel like it was good, I just feel like I like to hit home runs, and I could have hit it home a little better than what I did. But I think it needed to be said, and I needed to express myself, and that's my thinking loud before. So I want to apologize for that, for that part. But it's being received well, today, regardless. So, but I want to tell you some story time, man. I ain't gonna say I lied, but with the passing of my grandmother, it led me to a few things, right? And that week was just a funny week in general. And I know I'm going back and forth, but I'll get into some of this stuff in a minute. I promise you. Just stay with me, right? That a couple of days before my grandma passed, or a day or two before my grandma passed, I had a conversation. I said something in that conversation where it was like, life's too short. And it was me really just not trying to argue, or just trying to, be like, we could have disagreement, but, cool. Like, we got love for each other. Let's lay effort and let's just keep moving forward. Like, we got love for each other. And that's how I try to move in life, because you never know what can happen. Then the day before that, I had a call from somebody. I haven't heard from in a long time. And they asked me, how's your grandma? I'm like, she's doing good considering the circumstances, da-da-da. And next day, my grandma passed, right? And I say it to say, like, one, words mean so much. So how you respond to things and how you say things matter a lot, because you never know what is going to happen, for one. And two, you never know how somebody's going to take that, right? And you never know what's going to transpire in somebody's life. So the words they do take a certain way, they may keep those words that way forever because of what happened during that week or what transpired in their lifetime, right? So what I'm getting to with that is it caused me to go back. I started looking at stuff with my grandmother, because now I was in a different mind. I was in a different mindset. Even though I expected her to go, somebody told me something, and like one of the best people I know in the world told me this, and it was like, look, I know you feel like you're ready, but I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to down you or nothing, but as prepared as you think you are, you'll never be fully prepared for what's going to happen. And they were 100% right. So I'm looking at my stuff, and something said, I got older pictures of my grandmother, because my grandmother, she started to, and this whole thing, not my grandmother, just to show you, that's not my grandmother, I promise you. Some of my recent videos, my last videos of her, her being able to talk and hold a conversation and things of that nature, she got a little smaller, you know what I'm saying? She was not being herself anymore. She was deteriorating inside and outside, right? So I wanted to see my full healthy grandma. So I went to my old page of content I have, and I seen that in 2011, 2010, I kind of started to play with the camera as far as doing like vlogs or like talking in front of the camera type stuff. And I say that to say, I keep saying I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been doing this for 6 years. In reality, I've been doing it for 11 years, right? I did take a gap in between, but when I think about it, 2011, 2010, it's 11 years ago, and I have content of me actually talking to the camera, and I'm going to show y'all for a reason. I'm going to show y'all in a second. I got 3 clips I'm going to show y'all. And, me going and look at my grandmother's old videos, I came across videos I made of the real reason why I started getting in front of the camera. I've said it a million times on other platforms. I don't know if I said it on my platform or not, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown real quickly. I found out I was having a daughter, okay? With that being said, it was somebody in the city who got killed. When he got killed, I read the article. He had a kid on the way. Somebody else got killed. They had a kid on the way. I said, damn, I'm not into nothing, but anything can happen. You can have a car accident, you can have this, you can have this. It's a long 8-7 months that I had left at the time. I'm gonna go ahead and start making video. I got this camera, just in case something was to happen to me. My kid at the time can have some likeness, like what I do, my mannerism, how I talk, how I look, things about me other than a picture And then even though a picture worth 1,000 words, what this video is worth? You know, I'm moving, I'm saying something, I'm smiling, I'm not smiling. Like, what am I getting angry about? What am I feeling passionate about? I want her to know that. And so that's why I started to do video, right? So I say that to say I want to show y'all some of these videos first because I want to get into something as well about, you know, just having longevity, creating, building, and just being consistent with things, right? So real quickly, I want to show y'all these 3 clips, right? And if these 3 clips don't mean, it's not that it mean anything. I just screen recorded 3 clips to show y'all just so I can get back to it. So let's show you 3 clips real quick, and then we'll go from there.
Basically, you can't expect something out somebody character that's not there. Like, if you're not dealing with somebody that's street, one of them niggas that don't really care, that's just, you know, he just out for himself or he just doing his own thing, and you do something dumb with that person, don't expect, you know, that person to not tell on you because that person not a street person or that person want to look out for themselves. So that's some things people need to look at when they're dealing with certain people. So you get mad because somebody snitch on you, but really you should have expected that because, you know, that was your bad judgment of picking that person to do this crime with, you know. If myself, I just ain't do a video in a minute. I feel like talking for some reason. This video is just about me finding out, you know, that I was having a baby, my girlfriend was pregnant, and my feelings towards that, and just certain events that happened around that time. You know, it's just I look inside, you know, just people that know me or whatever. Because I don't really put my business out on Twitter or Facebook too much. So a lot of people don't really know unless you're close to me, real close. So about one person probably know or whatever the case may be, but just for everybody to know. So I'm not. We gonna be doing some fast forwarding and some rewinding. So, you know, just keep up. 2 weeks ago, of course, I had my first child, my daughter Brooke. All right, that's 2 weeks ago today. Now, rewinding. All right, when I was told, you know, I didn't have no type of feeling towards me knowing, or, you know, towards what was told to me, because, you know, at the time it's like it's just something that you don't, you know, it's not an everyday thing you hear. For me, so I was like, okay, you know, having a child, you know, you kind of like brush it off, but then at the same time it's like, I don't know, you know, it just could be something, you know, just wrong, or she don't just think it, but it took about 3 or 4 tests, whatever the case may be. You know, I wasn't mad at anything, you know. I admit she was real comfortable. She'll tell you that. We even joked about our situation before we actually found out. We like the whole week we would just joke because she took it. So we kind of riding down the block. So I get like towards the store. It's like a corner store on the end of on the street. I get towards the store and he jumped on a bike on the back of the pegs. Now, when he jumped back of the page, you know, I'm not about to stop. It's like I said, it's like 8 of them. All of them are older than all of us, first of all. So I'm not, you know, they all big and all of them. I'm like, damn, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do nothing stupid that's going to get us fucked up or nothing like that. So I'm like, damn, okay. So as he jumped on a bike, maybe like 5 seconds later, he kind of like put me, like choked me or whatever. So I'm like, oh shit. So by the time I'm trying to ride, get him off with him, but I can't get him off because he's too big, whatever. By the time I finally stopped me in front of the store. I go to this store. I used to go to this store every day, at least about 5 times a day. 5 times a day now. Just mind you, I said that. Boom. Okay, so he choked me. Now it's like when he stopped in front of the store, my cousin, he kind of stopped. He 9 years old now. I'm not putting this on him. You know, y'all can say y'all want to. I ain't gonna put nothing on him, but he got the bike quick as hell. Like, oh, he stopped. He even stopped with the brakes. He stopped with his foot. And we just got the brakes fixed, so he been using them. So I kind of feel stupid, but whatever. He stopped with his foot. Boom, boom, boom. Stop it. He just throw the bike and he run. Like, it was like, you know, a couple of them. So one of the other, like, 17 or one of the older niggas came and got that bike. I don't know what he gonna do. That bike was small, but.
All right, so look, those were the 3 clips. Don't laugh, man. I know I look young. All right. I'm not gonna lie. I cringe watching some of those clips, some of them videos. It's more videos, but I cringe watching some of those because I know me now. I know me molded now. I know how I would attack a story, how I would talk about me finding out that I was having a baby on the way. I know how I would address the snitching topic now, you know, versus 20-year-old me, right? And thank God for the mustache, Jesus Christ. Me seeing me like a mustache is just wild, right? Or a goatee or just kind of crazy. But I say to say this, right? what I do here and what I do on my podcast, right? I'm very passionate about the things that I talk about here and things that I do within here. Whether I'm creating art, creating a narrative, painting a picture through a guest, or it's my thinking out loud is through me. Those clips are important to me because it signifies and it exemplifies the fact that I've always been like how I am now, right? Even some of the ideologies I still have an ideology. I just word it better now. I communicate it better. I enunciate things better. But I've always been like that. I've always been personable. I've always wanted to tell stories of my life. I always wanted to people to have some kind of insight on what I've been through all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to give people an insight to things. I've always been that way. There's no one person that made me do that. I love my audience. I love every single person that would consider themselves a fan of More Than the Masses, help More Than the Masses, push More Than the Masses forward, listen to More Than the Masses. Trust me, nobody could ever say I don't show appreciation to anybody that is a fan or that anybody that listens or supports the podcast. All I'm saying is I've always been on this type of time. It just so happens that when podcasting came out, it allowed me to tackle it one more time, and this time do it right, be more seasoned, be more mature, and figure out what I liked and didn't like, right? This is all I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a minute. And I'm saying to say, like, even back then when I did it, even me stopping was more so because, okay, cool, you got the same 7, 9, 10 people watching. It's like, I always appreciated everybody that watched, but I wasn't growing. I wasn't expanding. It was just like something you're doing for the crew. Almost like a rapper who just rapping on the block, but he ain't making no songs. That's how I felt. And life hit me. I got depressed. So I had a kid. Things I couldn't pay. I run into situations that I never thought I'd run into, school and debt and trying to take care of this and the family, all that type of stuff. Separation from your heartache, all that type of stuff. Like all this stuff that I was dealing with. So I stopped doing it then, right? But I've always been on that, always been a part of that. So in 2016, when I decided to do the podcasting thing, I didn't have that in mind. Don't get me wrong. I didn't have that in mind. I was known for media a little bit. People knew that I made videos with my brother. People knew that I can edit some things, but that wasn't my bread and butter, like how it is now. Like people know, I want to come to him to get a good interview. I want to come to him to get this story. I want to come to him to see this, see that. And the reason why I'm saying these things is because I wanted to be clear that I worked super hard to get where I'm at, and I'm not even nowhere near where I feel like I want to be, or maybe where people maybe even feel like I should be. I have no monetary value with this, like far as like a number that I just want to get at. I would love to do it and be able to support my family, of course, because I love doing this, and I feel like I would never work a day in my life if I was able to get paid to do this and just be able to provide for my family. But deeper than that, and this is a sidebar to what I want to get into with this. Deeper than that, I never like all this stuff you see, this camera that you see, and you see the camera I had before, right? This camera you see, this good quality, you know what I'm saying? The light, where I'm at, the connections I built to be able to record in this space whenever I want to. I have a key to this building. The things I've done to impact people. This is I'm just going to show. This is a MacBook right here. Should I show it? A little MacBook. Yeah, a lot of money. Probably my biggest purchase this year. Big MacBook. I got this mixer, microphone stands. I got a bunch of these $100 mics. All this stuff that you acquire over time due to your passion, due to hard work that you're able to afford these things, and just due to your mindset and what you're willing to invest in yourself. Right? I work too hard. I work too strong. I put too much work in. I'm too much of my hustling mentality. Shout out to Verge. My hustling mentality, you know what I'm saying? Just everything about me and what I want to represent with the city, with the podcast, with this content. I do too much. I work too hard for anybody to ever tell me what to not talk about on the podcast, right? And the reason why I say that because I had a conversation and that kind of came up. But I want to say this, I love the support I get. I swear to God I do. But on the flip side, these hands, this mouth, this voice, this tongue, this teeth, like it built what you see now, like that y'all like, the listeners, the supporters, they give me the confidence. They tell me the good, the bad, the ugly, what I should keep doing, what I shouldn't keep doing. You know what I'm saying? They support. Don't get me wrong, but a focal point of it is right here. It's this right here. It's me, and I've always been personable. I've always been a person who speaks on experience, and I'm sorry if anything I ever say on a podcast or any experience I ever share in a podcast isn't what anybody who feel like they're involved in that likes. I feel free to tell anybody, to get your own equipment, get your own stuff, get your own podcast, get your own thing. I will help you. I don't care. You can use mine. We can set up a rate for you to record, whatever. And you can tell your side of something or your story of something of anything, whether it's something to do with me, something to do with your friend, whatever. But anytime I'm behind this mic, anytime I'm sitting in here, these thoughts are my thoughts. It's my thinking out loud. It's me thinking and my thought process. Nobody can change how I'm thinking or what I think or how I think something played out, how I think this played out, how I think this happened, why I think this happened. But I'm also open to having a conversation about anything I say on here with any person, anybody who feel like something may or may not be about them, regardless of the fact. I don't care. If I'm cool with you, didn't know you from Campaign, whatever. If you get my number, call me. We can discuss it. If it's a topic I touch on and you don't like my take on it, we can discuss that. We can go back and forth healthy wise, like go back and forth, not arguing like that, but just like you telling me, well, I think this, and those are dope conversations. You could comment on the YouTube section. Now we can go back and forth, whatever. You can message me, we can go back and forth, whatever. Call, we can go back and forth, whatever. But I can never allow somebody to ever tell me or to ever insinuate that I can't talk about something on my podcast. If it's something that was on Facebook or something, let's say I posted a status and I said something, somebody didn't like it. I'm big on that. Like if I post something you feel like it's about you, you feel like you don't like it because it might be about you, and you tell me to take it down, whatever. I'm a 95% sure that I'm more likely to take that down because that's free. It's Facebook. Nobody care about that. It's Facebook. I ain't build that. That ain't my bread and butter. I ain't no Facebook comedian. I don't get paid from Facebook. I don't care about that. So I'll do that. But when it comes to my art and what I'm doing, it's nobody ever that's gonna be able to tell me like, yo, you said this, like, don't talk about that. Nah, don't tell me what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never disrespected nobody on this platform, and I continue to not do so. When I talk about things, I talk about things from my point of view. I'm open to talking about it from different point of view. When I'm wrong about something and I want to discuss that, I will talk about it, about being wrong. I don't care. I'm open. Like, anybody tell you, I had a whole podcast, a year ago, last year, before I did the video, I had a whole podcast. I talking about, me having my daughter, my second daughter, and the whole process of me not even wanting to have a second child. I'm open to talking about the negatives about me as well. I'm open to it. Don't get me wrong. Like, check the stats. Like, go back. I've been doing this. Like, I'm telling you, I'm personable, and it's not all just Maine is right, Maine is GOAT. Man, nah, I've talked about losses all the time. I wouldn't even have the audience I have today if I didn't talk about losses. Trust me. I talk about them. Them clips I showed y'all, them shits is trash. I'm here to tell you, them clips are trash. One of those clips, I was talking about a story I got robbed from my bike. I will post that clip next on this channel. It's an audio. That was a 10-minute video I screenshotted of me talking about that story about the bike. My audio from 2017, 2018, or something like that is an hour. So I took a 10-minute story and spanned into an hour. That I'm just showing you my growth. I don't care. Like I don't care about none of that. Like I want to grow. I want to get better. So when I'm telling these stories, it gets better with time. Like I remember more details. I get more detail. I paint vivid pictures. I grow. I mature. I do too much on this for somebody to feel like I'm exempt from talking about this or that. I'm never exempt from doing that. Like I promise you, I'll never disrespect nobody. I never say nobody's name and say this, that, and third. But at the end of the day, this is me. This is my art. I never want to, and I never tell nobody not to listen to the podcast. Don't do this. No, I want you to express your concerns with anything I'm saying, but be open to have a healthy conversation about whatever. People call me all the time and say, yo, you had that shit when you said such and such, such and such. Oh, Carl, why you feel that way? And we go back and forth, and sometimes I win them over, sometimes I don't. It's not about winning over. It's about that content creating dialogue. If it's dialogue there, let's try to have a dialogue. I'm cool with that. I don't have no quarrels with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess to me it's just a thing because I built this. Like I built this, bro. I remember. I'm telling you, I don't know what I remember. I just remember everything, man. I remember everything. I remember being discouraged from views or listens and stuff like that. It was just the main thing I want to say to people. Like, people look at me now and they be saying, "Yo, you got all support, all support, all support." It's nowhere near what I want. No disrespect, but I'm very comfortable where I'm at and what I have. However, it was a time where I ain't really have that. I was putting in hours and hours of editing and doing this. Things take time. 11 years. Those clips are from 2011. We in 2022. It's 11 years later. I was 20 in those clips. I wasn't even 21 in them clips. I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't 21 in them clips. Maybe one of them. When I said found out, I might have been 21 because I had my daughter and she was 21 when she was born. I was already 21, so maybe then, and she was already 2 weeks at a time. So possibly then. But you talking about this is a growth. This is a thing. But I've always been doing this. I've always been this open with certain things. I've always wanted to narrate a certain way. Narrate a certain way. My narrative. I create my narrative. I'm sorry, I don't let people create my narrative for me. I refuse to do so. I'm gonna create it. While I got a voice, I'm gonna create it. You know? And it's me thinking out loud. Like I said, I have no quarrels with nobody. I don't have no beef with nobody. I'm in a good space. Regardless of what's going on in my life, you know, I'm in a good space. I'm comfortable with a lot of things. And I got love for every single person. There's nobody on earth right now that I just don't like, or that I just hate, or that I feel hatred for. I got love for everybody. Everybody. While we at it, man, shout out to Slim. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to Slim. Main reason because y'all wouldn't even get this if it wasn't for Slim. You know, like, now when I say this, I mean like this visual. Slim went hard and hard and hard. Yo, get your YouTube. And the reason why I didn't do it subconsciously, really, I was discouraged from the first time I did the YouTube. It wasn't working. I'm like, nah, this Facebook joint is working for me. Facebook is where it's at. It's working for me. You know what I'm saying? And over time, you know, and that's why I rock with Slim. Like I said, you know, we different in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm never gonna stop working with him, even if people feel like our content is night and day. I hustle the same, our mindset the same, what we want, and our drive is the same what we want. And it's hard to find that. But I say that because this is a guy that pushed me to get my camera. You know, he could easily said, nah, just pay me, I'll shoot the jet. Push me to go, get in your own time. Push me, yo, edit this, yo, do this. He showed me, I know terminology from editing before I even started editing, just because he was trying to show me all the time. And I was like, look, that's your job. I don't care about that, bro. Like, just give me the footage. I edit my own stuff, you know? So I commend him, and I appreciate him for that. You know, I appreciate him for even just his videos, his growth, him doing what he doing. Like, damn, that look good. That do look good now. The better he got, the more I was like, damn, I'm intrigued by making videos now because this shit looking kind of sharp, you know? Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Kim Macon. I want to give a shout out to Kim Macon before I get out here. I want to shout out to him because not only did he call me today, I spoke with him 2 days ago, and this is me, my personal thing. Kim Macon, I'm gonna tell him right now, if he's not the best podcast, you know, I ain't even gonna say that because he's more than a podcast. He's a journalism. He's a journalist. He does journalism. He's a journalist who stumbled upon podcasting since that's a thing that became to be, and he just happened to be good at it. Great with words. Awesome on paper and audio. Paints picture like no other. Vocabulary out this world. Breath control out this world. Sounds just spliffy. I just like it, you know? And it's people like that I don't compete with, but what they say, iron sharpens iron. I don't know this phrase now. I don't know these phrases like that, but that's what it is for me. Like when I hear him, like, damn, I gotta go in the studio. I gotta drop a fire intro. That's how I feel. You know, when a Slim put out a good video, I'm like, oh, I gotta go put a good video out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But shout out to them guys, man. Shout out to them. I just want to give them a shout out to them. I'm just shouting at everybody, man. But yeah, man, I posted this clip to tell people in real life, and all jokes aside, like, you know, don't look at time. Don't look at what one person got going on and feel like, you know, yours have to be that way. If it's somebody, what I got in 10, 11 years may take them 10, 11 days, months, whatever. I'd be just as happy for them, and I won't feel no way. When I was 2011, 2012, 13, I'm out here making a video. I'm staying up 3-4 hours trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that, not having no insight, no friends to tell me, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That's when people like Slim come into play. People like Ken come into play. Like they had their own little lane doing certain things. Oh, how you do this? Oh, boom. I asked them, how you edit these videos? Let me show you. Come over, crib. Let me see your screen record. Let me do this. These are things that happen. Network, connect. Don't feel like you're out here alone. I'm telling you, like, it's almost impossible to do this shit alone. Like, you have to, but also be consistent, be motivated, self-motivated. You gotta want to do this. You gotta love it. You gotta have a passion for it. Willing to stay up late. If you can stay at work late, you can stay up late doing this stuff. Right now, it's 9:18 p.m. I gotta be somewhere at 9:45 p.m. I gotta be at work at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, even with all I'm dealing with. Look, I got mine on stuff. I gotta edit this out. I want to put it out tomorrow if I can. Probably not, but it's all good. You know, it takes time, man. It takes a lot of time. A lot of time. Some things, nothing happens overnight. It's very rare to do. I would love for that to happen, but if it happened overnight, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I've been okay with stuttering on camera and my lips not moving and me looking at the camera this way and doing all this. You get me now. You get a well-seasoned man, you know? Look, man, I'm happy for the support I got, support I get. I love every supporter, everyone. I don't care if you ever support Morning Master, you ever share Morning Master's post. I don't care if you joke, laugh, whatever. You didn't like it, you sent it to somebody because it was trash. I got love for you, and I appreciate all the support every single time. It's not one time I don't. Trust me. With that being said, you know, another thinking out loud, man. Continue to work hard. I'm gonna continue to work hard. Leave comments, please, in YouTube. Let me know what you think about this episode. In the comments, I'm gonna put a link in there. It's a song that for some reason I'll get credit for if y'all stream it. So stream it. It's my guy Juan, my guy Cam, Champions. Dope song. But for some reason I'm a part of it. It's I think the intro to one of my podcasts or something like that is in the intro. So definitely listen to that. Shout out to Juan for making it happen. And we out, man. One of my podcasts, we out. Thinking Out Loud 23.